Yeah.
Hey yo, man, it's your time. Man, fuck poverty. Get this money, man. Fuck you gotta do.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Phil and Leroy the Judgmental Podcast,
What's up, everybody? This your boy Phil.
and I'm Leroy. So we got a video here from TikToker City Girl Tyler, City Girl Tyler. She's a 23-year-old single mother, and she's going to tell you what's her budget. Here's the video.
My bills as a 23-year-old single mom. This is basic necessities only. So my rent is $2,600. I live in Buckhead, so damn near anywhere in Buckhead, a 2-bedroom because I got a kid. That's gonna be in the 2000s.
Buckhead is one of the most affluent areas in Atlanta, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
For sure. My phone bill is $800. Now, before y'all start asking me why is my phone bill $800, I got my 2 brothers on there, my cousin on there, my daddy on there, and I got 2 phones on there. And then
Scamming shit.
my brothers and my cousin, they all have iPads on there as well. So it's like it be like between.
And you paying the whole bill yourself? Ain't nobody chipping in?
Yeah, right. What's she named? 3 adults. She said 2 brothers and a cousin, and the brothers got
2
phones,
brothers, a cousin, and a dad.
but the 2 brothers got phones and they got iPads on her service. That's why it's $800. This sound like some old scamming shit, by the way.
Yeah.
$100. My insurance is $600. I live in Atlanta. That's self-explanatory.
$600 a month for insurance?
I don't know what she's talking about.
The power is like $100.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna say how many cars she got. Like shit.
Wi-Fi is $70. My gym membership is $267. It's really supposed to be $300, but because I'm under 27 or 25, it's only $267. No.
Why is your gym membership that high? A month?
Why is the gym membership connected to your age anyway?
Right. Yeah. What a under 23-year-old is going to do crazy stuff or something in there, and for insurance purposes or
Right.
something.
40-piece discount. I got a trainer. He charged $495 for the month, and
Is this $495 a trainer a month?
I'm pretty sure it ain't $4. She making up shit.
my credit cards are $100, which comes up to $5,032. That was just the basic necessities. These hairstyles that y'all see every motherfucking week, lashes, nails, toes, everything else, bitch, you add it up. Now, I'm pretty sure y'all wondering, how the fuck do this bitch afford this shit? Is she selling pussy? No.
Yes.
Not yet. I'm just playing, y'all. I would never do that. Huh?
No, you was right the
Bullshit.
first
That's
time.
why it was the first thing she had in her head.
Right.
I have different ways for making money, but one of my favorites that I've been doing so far, and it's only all of them are my favorites because they don't require a lot of effort, and if they do require a lot of effort, I'm actually doing something that I like. But this one is my favorite because I can teach other people how to do it as well. And a lot of people with other ways that I make money, like when I trade, people be like, oh, I'm not smart enough to do that. Digital marketing, people feel like you have to have followers to do that, which you don't. You don't have to have followers to do that. It's a passive form of income. You don't have to, but whatever. But I've been doing something called SAAS, which is
She been doing something called SCAM, and that's how she get her money a month.
sales as a service. And my service that I sell is basically AI. That's just me, but it's a lot of different
You ever hear these people like this, and you'll ask them what do they do, and they'll tell you, but they're not really telling you.
Like she's doing right now.
Right.
systems as a service platforms that you don't even know you're using, like Canva. Canva is the systems as a service platform. You pay a subscription for it if you got like not the free version, but you can pick from all these different platforms: Netflix, Zoom, Google Workplace. All of those is systems as a service platform that make hella passive income, because once you lock in as a client, you pay a monthly subscription. Me with my
No, this sounds like this sounds like our our Reddit guys where they selling like apps or whatever.
Oh, that's what she's doing? Because I don't know what the hell she's talking about.
That's what it sounds like. So she's saying like she gets okay, Canva is what I use to edit the little videos and stuff that you see on our on our YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube, by the way, at P&O Judgmentals, because y'all look at it but don't subscribe. And it seemed like she's getting all these apps, right? And she's like selling them off for a monthly fee.
AI Google reviews. Not only do I have the AI Google reviews, I get my clientele through AI as well. So it's literally hands off of me. All I have to do is make my website and collect my motherfucking funds. Anyways, I'm doing a Zoom on this on Wednesday. The Zoom is $10 if you want to
Scam.
come in, look and learn.
I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing what you have to offer because you're not explaining what you're doing.
And I'm also going to be showing y'all how to actually get leads, how to actually get customers. You set your AI up, and once your AI is set up, bitch, you don't got to do shit. Your hands off. Check on it every week, once a week for about an hour. Make sure everything running smoothly. You're done. Yeah, that's in my bio. But yeah, guys, ciao for now.
I said Reddit. I meant Discord. Sounds like these guys. Yeah, I can give you a blankety blank app for such and such dollars. One of those things. That's what it sounds like. But
she sounds like she's scamming. I don't know what the hell she's talking about.
Right. I don't know why these four grown ass people, because it's two brothers, the cousin, and the dad. I don't know why these four grown ass people is on your damn cell phone.
Because she got the hook up.
Exactly. It would have been, their bills would have been higher, but doing it through her is a little halfway off.
Right.
Yeah. And then another thing they do, they'll talk like real fast. And that's the first thing I think about is like, okay, you trying to pull a fast one on me. You talk 100 miles an hour.
You're talking about all her bills come up to 5,000, and that's not talking about the hair and the beauty stuff that she do, personal hygiene shit. What are you making all this bread? So why is you on here talking about it? Because I don't believe you.
Exactly. So we going to Baytown, Texas, where parents was charged after son took unsecured gun from a bag before a playground, shooting and killing a girl. Good. I don't think the charges are going to stick, but we'll see. Here's the report. They need to start charging these parents for stuff like this.
The parents of a teenage boy who's accused of killing a 14-year-old girl in Baytown are now facing charges in the case for allowing the young suspect to access a gun. So we want to hear from you. Should parents be charged if their child gets access to a gun and uses it to kill someone? You can scan the QR.
Because damn, if you buy a gun, they will have like a little lock to it that you can lock up.
Code on your screen right there on the bottom right. Fox 26's Abigail Dye spoke to the victim's family in Baytown, and they say these charges are just not enough.
Right here next to this playground at the Village of Baytown Apartments is where a father watched his little girl take her last breath.
Next thing you know, I heard 2 shots. My child was right there on the ground. I'm like, man, right here on the ground, man. It reminds me every day, man. I cry. Sometimes I just want to walk away, just go sit down somewhere and just clear my head.
Everybody was, well, where was her parents? Her father was right there.
Court documents say that in March,
so both of the dads was there.
A 14-year-old boy came here with a gun, then shot and killed 14-year-old Anaya Zachary. He was charged with murder, and now his parents are facing charges of their own.
Making a firearm accessible to a child.
Documents show.
Oh, he's that slick back hair, them rings.
Cassie and Kenneth Coney are both facing charges accused
swindler.
of leaving the revolver used in the killing unsecure in their bedroom.
Since there was serious bodily injury in this case, it has been enhanced from a Class C misdemeanor to a Class A misdemeanor, which is punishable by up to a year in jail.
That's not enough.
Why got all them hives all over his face?
Right, that ain't enough. They should charge the same thing they charging the young kid with.
The law's got to change or something. Something got to change, man.
Yes, it has to change.
Man,
a life was taken.
Is there any possibility the charges on the parents are upgraded to have anything to do with a homicidal kind of charge?
Here in Texas, I don't believe that the kids' parents would be.
Maybe he had bad acne as a kid or something. Because like you said, it's like all over his forehead.
Subject to any more liability than the Class A misdemeanor.
Anaya's family says that simply isn't enough.
This could have been dealt with a whole nother way. Now you could still be here if someone, had been on his side. Preferably his parents. And when you don't take that second to find out what's going on with your child and they go out and do something like this, then you should be held responsible.
To learn more about this specific charge and the laws around it, you can check this story out on Fox Local and on fox26houston.com. For Fox,
they don't know why he shot her. Was she bullying him? Like, was they just playing with the gun?
I don't know, but they probably went in it with the affidavit, but they sure didn't go into it on this story. They sure didn't go into it. Like, he just showed up with a bag, like you said, and the dad was there. Both of the fathers was there.
So you got your kid, like when your kid go in the bag, you didn't say, whoa, 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 what are you doing when he pulled the gun out, or you just not paying attention?
Not paying attention. Not paying attention.
This park is so small, there's nowhere you can sit, so you might as well be standing up paying attention.
Right. Drinking or smoking, one or the other. Well, we going to Covington, Georgia, where 41-year-old David Gay was shot and killed inside the family's home. Authorities have identified the suspect as 16-year-old Jaden Daniel, Gay's stepson. I'm pretty sure this is the mom's house and the stepdad was just staying there. Well, here's the report.
Atlanta mother is grieving as her son is on the run, accused of killing her husband. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us here for Fox 5 News at 5. I'm Tom Haynes.
I'm Courtney Bryant. Newton County deputies say 41-year-old David Gay was shot and killed by his stepson in the family home last evening. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor just talked with the wife of the victim, who's also the mother.
What'd you say?
It was a nice house.
Of the suspect. A lot to take in for this woman, Angelique.
Good afternoon to you both. This Newton County mother is an emotional wreck. She clearly says she loves her husband, who was killed just last night, but tonight her plea is to her son, who is accused of murder and on the run. She says she wants him to turn himself in. Now, we just talked with her minutes ago. Take a listen.
Please turn yourself in. This is the ultimate breaking for me, and I said I couldn't lose another child, and I lost my husband, and now I really can't lose another child. David loved you. He loved me. He loved Kennedy, and he loved his family. He loved, like, you guys were his own. So if you see this, or if anybody sees this who has any information.
They was cutting up, and stepdad started arguing with the young man about it.
Is he in the streets?
I'm assuming he is.
I mean, where can a fucking 16-year-old go to be on the run?
We're over somebody's house or something like that.
My crib.
Right, because you got to have money to be on a run.
That's what I'm saying.
Over somebody's house or something. Somebody she know. He's still staying in the basement or something. Well, they don't really have much basements in Georgia, but, the attic, shit.
Information, or who can contact Jaden, please let him know that I love him.
Now, Newton County deputies confirm both Gay and Daniel lived in the same house together on Avery Drive in Covington. Deputies say Daniel opened fire on his stepfather last night, then fled the scene in his stepfather's Cadillac Escalade. Now, they found that Escalade at a nearby park, Denny Dobbs Park. But Daniel was nowhere to be found. Now, his mom says after losing one son last year to murder and gun violence, and that was Kendarius Spear, and a husband just last night to gun violence, David Gay, she says she does not want to lose another family member. Now, Mrs. Gay says she was not at home, and she does not know what happened. We will have much more.
Oh, she know what happened.
More of her interview.
Yeah, her fucking kids is in them streets.
Yep, she know what happened.
Newton County. Angelique Proctor, Fox 5 News.
Wow, I can only imagine what this all must feel like for this mother. Angelique, thanks.
Yeah, I don't know what went on. Oh, sure, you know what went on. This wasn't no just one-time incident. So this one-time incident, they start arguing and he shot him. This is like an ongoing thing. So we going to Minneapolis, Minnesota, where parent Levi Chapman is asking for answers after NPS student give access to inappropriate content during class. Now, this first video I'm a play you is this is Levi at the school board meeting, and the next video will be like the news report. So this first one is him at the school board meeting.
Father of a third grader at Las Estrellas Elementary. Miss Director, I had emailed you. I had emailed the principal, the assistant principal, and the school social worker. My son, 2 weeks ago, was exposed to a group of, let's say, gay men having sex on the iPad. And how my son came about it was he forgot his laptop at home, and your teacher lent my son his personal iPad. Well, when my son was doing a project with some of the other kids in the classroom, all of a sudden they closed out a tab. There was a bunch of naked men sitting right there in front of my son. And then all the other kids that had seen this, hey, they were shocked. But what's crazy is that I haven't heard nothing since. I didn't get a response from our superintendent. I had a meeting with your guys' assistant superintendent, your guys' assistant principal, but nobody had the decency to make my son important enough to show up to that meeting in the morning to tell me why he was able to be exposed to this type of material. Now, I've heard.
Why would you get, regardless if it's gay stuff on there or not? I'm not giving no kid my personal shit in school.
Right, right. And how old they say the kid was?
Oh shit! The kid was a third grader. Do you want me to go back?
Because I feel like as a parent, you would know what your kid you use the laptop every day, so you would make sure once he finishes homework, he put it back in his bag.
Right.
My daughter got a laptop now, but she makes sure like she put it in her bag as soon as she's done. How you going to school without it?
Mm-hmm. I think they get into the kid's age during the news report. We don't have to. We don't have to go back.
Situation that
I think they said the kid was in third grade.
Happened at your guys' high school, at North High School, with the teacher that was.
A third grade is a 7, 8, or 9-year-old, right?
Third grade?
Yeah, 7, 8, or 9, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8.
Involved with sexually explicit material as well. To me, I don't care what team you bat for, but you guys got to quit putting all this stuff in front of these kids, all this sexual material, regardless if it's a flag or if it's them actually seeing the content on an electronic device that is in school. Now, I came to you guys last time arguing about security factors with the students about how they were roaming around. Now, dude, you guys literally I was told that you guys weren't going to inform the other parents in this classroom. Like, you guys will tell us if a student gets lice, if a student gets COVID, if he gets the flu, but you guys will not tell all the parents in the classroom that their kids were exposed to sexual explicit material.
Because that makes them look bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's weird. It's weird. Because
all the parents, the kids that saw that should have been notified about that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you send out a text message about all these other things, but you can't tell parents that their kids were exposed to this? Now, my son, one of 6 kids.
Please finish your comment.
My son, one of 6 kids, was the only one to speak up about this and the only one to make it known. So now I ask y'all, what are y'all planning to do about this? How are y'all going to protect these children and hide this material from them? Because it's everywhere in this world right now, especially here. You guys got to protect these kids. And if y'all, as parents, students, and everything.
Thank you for your time, sir.
If you guys want to see a difference, start looking at their paychecks. Y'all want change?
All right. That's the way you handle yourself.
Trying to cut him off and shit. Let him finish talking. Y'all the ones fucked up.
No, it's a time thing. You know, it's a time thing when you go to those meetings. I think it's 3 minutes.
No, let that man finish.
You can't. If that's the case, then they might be there all day long. Listen,
they need to explain themselves. They should have went to those meetings then they supposed to go to.
Yeah, that's the way you handle yourself, especially to our young ladies and gentlemen. He ain't cuss. He ain't threaten to whoop nobody's ass. He ain't come up there ready to fight somebody. That's the way you handle yourself. Because when you do all that stuff, then they're going to make it like you're the problem and calling the police and all that stuff. So this is the report here from the news.
The father of a third grader attending Minneapolis
the kid was in third grade.
Public schools is demanding answers tonight. He says his son had access to inappropriate content during class. Brittany Ehrman talked with the dad who says his boy saw pornography while using a teacher's iPad.
Kevin, we've learned today that that teacher is on leave pending the investigation. The third grade parent says this should not have happened in the first place. 2 weeks ago, Levi Chapman says his son forgot his laptop at home. So his teacher at Las Estrellas Elementary let him borrow his personal iPad.
Him and another student were sitting there and they closed.
What happened to George Washington and Lincoln Middle School?
It's the Spanish school. My thing is this: why is he suspended on investigation? What is there to investigate? They either saw it on the laptop or they didn't. All you gotta do is look at his laptop, and the other kids say they saw it. If that all the kids saw it, then ain't no investigation. Fire his punk ass.
Well, that tab that had popped up to them was how my son described it was a bunch of naked men laying on top of each other.
Chapman says his son told him he stumbled upon inappropriate content in his third grade classroom.
The teacher came over to see what was happening, and my son said that he got angry with him and said, you know, you're violating my personal privacy, and took the iPad from him.
The teacher eventually gave him a loaner laptop.
Made him very uncomfortable.
That should have been the first thing he did.
Exactly.
I reached out to the Minneapolis.
That sounds crazy. You got loaner laptops. You don't give them that. You give them your personal laptop. It's almost like you wanted them to see it on purpose, and then kept the tab up. He could have closed that bullshit.
School district at 11 Wednesday morning trying to get answers. A few hours later, I followed up with a phone call. Then I reached back out to the district via email asking questions like, how did this happen and what are you going to do to make sure it does not happen again? The district responded around 3:30 in the afternoon saying MPS takes allegations like these seriously and will follow any relevant district protocols. Officials told me they are unable to answer my questions because of data privacy laws. I asked how the future of district policies is covered by data privacy laws, but they sent the original statement again, saying they cannot answer my questions because the allegations are under investigation.
Since I've been in touch with the school, I've received emails, you know, and we've gone over a care plan.
Chapman says the
He's trying to do it the right way, but I can tell that he's ready to fuck some shit up.
His child to a different classroom.
I wish that the teacher would have gave him not his personal, but would have gave him that loaner laptop in the beginning.
The parent you just heard from was also in touch with the Department of Education today. He said they're doing screening to see if this falls under state child maltreatment laws to pursue an investigation, Kevin.
Well, the update is that the school district aren't going to like press any charges or anything against the teacher.
Of course they're not. He's a gay man, and you know they kind of protect it.
They like, oh shit! Look what the teacher got on his his tablet. I'd have never gave them kids nothing personal on the mind. Not when there's backup laptops in the school, because it's almost like, now I'm not speaking for the teacher or anything. It's almost like they both was wrong because the kid showed up without his laptop. How in the world he left the house without his laptop? As a parent, don't you check and see?
The same thing I was saying.
Right.
Yeah.
So he in the wrong, and then the teacher in the wrong for giving him his personal tablet and having some gay stuff on there. So it's like you want to come down hard on the teacher when the kid should have brought his laptop to school anyway.
Right. It's still the teacher is the bigger to blame though, because he shouldn't have given him that fucking kids that access.
Right.
And for that tab to be open, he just was on some perverse shit. He probably wanted them to see it. Like I said, he could have closed that shit.
Yeah, right. All right, we go to Fort Worth, Texas, where a Fort Worth City Council candidate debate on Thursday night ended in chaos after a heated exchange between two candidates, including an active council member. Here's the report.
A city council race in Fort Worth got heated. Video from a debate last
Look at our queen right here.
night shows two candidates getting in each other's faces. That conflict involved incumbent Councilmember Chris Nettles and Peyton Jackson, a candidate who is running to take his place in District 8. Fox 4's Deion England is live with details. Deion.
Hi there, Clarice. It was indeed a candidate forum, and now the fallout after that physical altercation involving police reports.
In fact, the incumbent found it.
A community forum out of control.
These debates, these forums, they get heated.
This what happens in these local meetings too. Everyone should, if you living in a small area, everyone should go just once. They get you
right up your alley, huh?
Yep.
But I never touched him. Initially, he touched me first.
You should have got in his face like that.
Right, you jumped in his face. I guess she figured that, you know, she's a woman or whatever, and he ain't supposed to do anything. But you jumped all in his face. You didn't have to be all in his personal space that way.
City Council candidate Peyton Jackson is challenging District 8 incumbent.
And plus, she's a tall lady, too, so, you know, add that on to that also.
Chris Nettles.
I think I acted appropriately by standing up.
And this is the man, by the way.
Of course it is.
Viewer shared the video with Fox 4. Jackson, during a response, places in front of Nettles what she says is a lawsuit she's filed against him. It goes south from there. You were there.
I was there. I was there.
Were you shocked?
I was definitely shocked.
Citizen Jessica Gomez recorded a different angle.
Yeah, you jumped up in his personal space and he put his hands up like, whoa, don't get in my face. It wasn't his hands up. He put his hands like kind of like on her stomach area, her waist stomach area, to like not get in my personal space. So just because like you can be all up in somebody's personal space that way and he's not supposed to react.
So I stand
Now she put her hands in his face.
up and I did like this.
Both Nettles and Jackson say they have filed police reports in the matter. You can see when we spoke to Jackson, she is wearing a holstered firearm. Prior.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she has a gun on her. I would never. This is Texas, by the way, and I would never walk around with a gun like that on my hip.
Hey,
like
if you
that.
live in Texas, why not?
No, that's because so somebody can
Some shit go down and you ain't ready, but everybody else is.
No, I wouldn't have it open like that.
Oh, you talking about open?
Yeah, open. That's what I meant.
Well,
Because
then,
you can be like shopping in the store or something, and somebody could just jump up from behind you and grab your gun. So no, I wouldn't have my gun like open. I mean, I wouldn't wear or open carry like that.
To the forum, she was asked to give up her firearm and was only wearing the holster.
If I'm in your personal space and you really feel endangered, back up. Back up. I would never put my hands on anybody.
That's ridiculous. So she jumps up in his face, but he has to back up and put his hands up. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, she's tripping. She was egging him on because she was trying to get him to start some shit and hit her.
Right.
Initially.
And as she approached me, I stand up and to protect myself to make sure that she doesn't do anything while I'm sitting down. So I think it's good to have a good debate and a good conversation, but violence is not the answer.
It's made a spectacle of the race now.
Business owner Arthur McCoy is another Nettles challenger in the race. He participated in the same forum. However, his stand on the issues Thursday night overshadowed by this.
Let's pay attention to District 8 as a whole. Let's pay attention to District 8 about the homeless. Let's pay attention to District 8 about the infrastructure and not make a spectacle of this.
Nettles, Jackson, and McCoy are scheduled to take part in another candidate forum on Monday. That's the very latest live. Back to you.
Yeah, she talking about, well, if I'm in your personal space, then you should just back up. Yeah, okay. Well, we go on with some sports talk, a little bit of sports talk for you, by the way. We go on with one of your favorite Sixers.
Bullshit.
Paul George. This is brought to you by Podcast People, Paul George, his podcast. So Gillie is on there, and he talks to Paul George about the Sixers' disappointment season. How ironic. Gillie Boy, me, you, and Gillie, we should all meet up because we on the same damn page. Well, here's the here's the report. Take a listen to this. Oh, Wallow is there too, but you know Wallow don't really say much when it comes to sports. Here we go.
I got a chance to really get a feel for what it's like to play here in Philadelphia, the fan base, the passion behind.
Me and you got something in common too about the Philly fan base. See me, I'm a dude where though every year the Philly fans grind me up. They talk dirty about me because if they're not playing, I change. And I'm gonna give you the ingredients to how you deal with it. You got to really have your fucking button on to deal with Philly fans.
Yeah,
because Philly fans is brutal. I'm talking about.
No, they have some sense.
Well, he's stupid anyway because he changes teams with like the fucking seasons.
Right.
Whoever's playing good is his team.
Was it? It was an expectation.
Listen,
we just
no, it wasn't an expectation, Gillie. I disagree with you there. We already knew what was going to happen anyway. The expectation should have been in the last off season. We already knew what they were going to do with this off season because Paul George ain't going to do anything. He always get hurt, and Bede had been hurt for a while and everything. So we already knew what was going to happen. It was definitely expectation. But looking at it realistically as a fan, you should already knew what was going to happen and not the hype that they try to make it out to be. Right, because they make it like Paul George was this big signage, but what had Paul George actually done? He'll do stuff in the regular season, but when it comes to playoff time, he get anybody anywhere?
And then we had Maxey got hurt, and then we had the young boy McCain was playing real good. He got hurt. Nobody knew all these injuries. The two guys, your two biggest superstars, I already knew they was going to hurt because that's what they do.
Right.
But I didn't know the young guys was going to also turn around and get hurt.
With that too. We just got PG. We already got Tyrese Maxey. We know what he do. We just got PG. We got Joel. We like, it's up.
No, they knew. No, we wasn't.
They knew y'all was going to be in the playoffs.
The original fans was thinking like that.
Oh, and he said, we know we was going to be in the playoffs, but they always go to the playoffs all the time and lose in the first round. Right.
Sure.
They counted the expectations was crazy.
We really like the city's like, is up. And then season started, nobody's never playing together. It's, okay, he might be out here, he might be out here. Joel decided whether he fucking want to play or not. Like, I'm a real Philadelphia fucking fan. Sixers, Flyers, Eagles, fucking the Soul, Wings, Temple, fucking Villanova, LaSalle, Drexel. What the fuck's going on, man? Like, and at some point, it's like, CP, I'm gonna keep it all the way real. I gave you a pass this year because I'm like coming back off injury.
No, don't give him no pass. Don't give him no damn pass.
Go back on an injury.
Right. Don't give him no pass.
Sometimes he a little older too. He might need a little bit. This year you gotta go stupid, bro.
Nah, 100%.
Oh yeah, he gonna go stupid. All right.
You gotta go stupid, Joel.
Right back to the injury list. You watch.
Yep.
Listen, man, because this what I don't understand. And maybe you could put some light on for me. Joel, you played in the Olympics. We did not hear about you missing no motherfucking practice.
That was my big complaint right there.
Well, yes, the judgmentals already mentioned that. Balling in the Olympics. Dunking, spin moves, everything. Now when it comes to the regular season, now he hurt.
Nothing. No games or nothing. You know what Philadelphia fans don't give a fuck about? The Olympics. Fuck the Olympics. So I'm just saying it looked like, damn, you over there with Brian and all that. You running, jumping high as shit. I ain't seeing you limp or nothing, man. After the Olympics was over, it was fucking, you had plenty of fucking time to rest. Now the season start, you fucking limping. I guess you shouldn't have went to the fucking Olympics, bro. Because we the ones that's giving you $300 fucking million, bro. And we've been trusting the process for fucking like 10 years now, the fucking process.
Well, the thing is, he was hurt last season. And he had the Bell palsy. It was time to get rid of him the off season before. It was time that he's... Go ahead.
We should have got rid of him when he won MVP.
Right. Right.
That year we should have got rid of him, or the year before he won MVP. One of those 2 years.
Right. He's not going to get any better at his old age, and plus he's getting hurt and stuff now. It's only going to go downhill from here. So you should have got rid of him when he had some type of value.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul George should have never been here. I don't know why they didn't get rid of the GM this season.
Maury should have been got fired.
Yeah.
Right? As soon as we got rid of Harden, we should have got rid of Maury right along with him.
Yep.
Says fuck the process. I'm done with trusting this shit. It's
blame
like,
that-
bro,
That's
we
crazy.
gotta get it done, bro.
But y'all fans got to
We
blame that
gotta
shit
know
on
they ain't gonna
yourself.
fuck that, bro.
Y'all
We
wanna
said
still
to
be there.
Ben
That's
Simmons,
why
Markel fucking
that's
folks,
why I was in
Joel
Celtic. I was in
Embiid.
Boston.
We had Mikal Bridges traded that nigga for some fucking body that never fucking played in the league.
And you had TJ who could
Look at Paul George laughing and shit.
TJ who contributes to his team.
Yep.
You got rid of him, and you got my man. What's my man on the Celtics that got 2 rings? One with Milwaukee and one with the Celtics.
Holiday.
Yeah, you got rid of him. You got rid of him years ago, and the guy's still contributing, and he got 2 rings. It's a pivotal part of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Got 2 rings. So the Sixers been doing some serious fucking up for a long time. You get rid of these guys, and they'll be contributing to their teams and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I just see Mikal Bridges scoring 14 fucking points in the fourth quarter. And his mom worked for the Sixers. Who the fuck's in the front office?
You already named it. Daryl Morley.
I'm gonna tell you some real shit. Hey, listen, P.
Fuck, we trade him, we draft him, trade him for Zaire White. That nigga's in fucking the Australian Kangaroos some fucking way. I don't even think he ever played in the league. Bro, so shut up. You not a fucking fan, dog.
Now, I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Piss
though.
me the fuck
I
off.
don't care about
man.
that. PG, I'm gonna be straight up with you. The reason you ain't get to see real Philly fans is because the Eagles won.
Mm-hmm.
And they still celebrating that shit. And they forgot about the Sixers.
Because if the Eagles would have
If they
won,
wouldn't have won, oh my God.
Sixers would.
No, not true.
Don't nobody pay attention to the Sixers anyway. We all about Eagles here. Eagles and Phillies.
Yeah.
They would have gone
The
crazy.
Eagles won. Some niggas was like, oh, give them niggas a pass.
Give them a pass. No, I do
The Phillies
because
lose. The Flyers losing. Oh, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Man. The Eagles won, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this year, man, it got
They expecting some shit.
no, and
No, that's not true neither. Well, I guess people saying that they expected something because Paul George was there. But Paul George, what does Paul George ever do? He'll do good in the regular season, but don't show up in the playoffs. And the Eagles would have lost in the first. I mean, the Sixers would have lost in the first or second round, like they do every year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all the most frustrating thing about the last season was obviously I came in, I was healthy. I didn't have no hiccups. I spent the whole offseason working on my body, getting healthy, and then I get to Philly. Preseason, I get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And from that point on, I was like, I didn't give it full time to heal. It was, I got an expectation. I'm not going to leave them hanging. I want to go out
You're
there.
not a young boy. You need to heal.
Right.
You let the young boys bounce back quicker. You're an older guy that's been injured before. You let yourself heal.
Right.
And play. I'm out there and it's like, damn, like, I know something ain't right.
Yeah.
Like, this shit, something ain't right. Like, I ain't got my burst. I can't move.
Right.
And I couldn't quite pin what it was. Like, obviously, the hyperextension, my knee was still bothering me. I had the brace for a long time. From the brace, I started to develop, a quad tendon.
Here we go. You started hanging with Embiid.
Make a note that this is going to linger next season also.
Injury.
He's not going to be healthy next season.
So then that started to,
Well, this coming season, I don't know what you want to call it.
go flat on me. And I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, all right, let me start taking medicine to try to numb this shit up. Start doing that. Then I had an injury that I didn't even know. And this was the original of why
See?
I was feeling like something's off. I can't
I
move.
bet these motherfuckers, if they got paid game by game and it wasn't no guaranteed money, they'd be fucking playing. Or they'd
Right.
be taking their health seriously and getting like the therapy and shit like that to get right.
The best thing the Sixers should do is just buy him out.
being able.
I say trade him, but you're not gonna get who's gonna want to trade him,
You can
or
package
unless
him
you
up with that draft pick.
or no, the Sixers need that draft pick. Or what you do is let him play, and if he's playing good at the All-Star break, trade him then. But he's naming all these injuries, and this guy, like you said, he's not young. This guy's gonna be hurt next season.
To be explode. I'm used to cutting. Like, come to find out, I had a torn adductor. So, and the whole time it's just like, fuck, like I can't.
Gillie eyes, we ain't trying to hear that shit.
Like, and
he probably thinking the same thing what I just said. Like, oh shit, next season.
You should have saw his eyes. Go back and look at his eyes.
I want to go out there and play. I'm out there and it's like, damn, like I know something ain't right.
Yeah.
Like this shit, something ain't right. Like I ain't got my burst. I can't move.
Right.
And I couldn't quite pin what it was. Like obviously the hyperextension, my knee was still bothering me. I had the brace for a long time. From the brace, I started to develop, a quad tendon injury. So then that started to, go flat on me. And I'm like, fuck. So I'm like,
they in trouble.
All right, let me start taking medicine to try to numb this shit up. Start doing that. Then I had an injury that I didn't even know. And this was the original of why I was feeling like something's off. I can't move. I'm used to being able to be explode. I'm used to cutting. Like, come to find out, I had a torn adductor. So, and the whole time it's just like, fuck. Like,
like, oh shit. He had that look of disappointment. Like, oh shit, next season we in.
Like, here we go with the bullshit. He started getting off early.
Yep.
I can't like, and people like, the Philly fans can be rough on you. I was cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Of course, you don't give a shit, and you gonna get paid. What the
$200 million in your pocket, guaranteed.
Right.
Shit,
I don't give a fuck what they think. Right.
Because it again, at the end of the day, it's an expectation that they hold, and I respect that.
Absolutely.
I'm not one that's gonna shy away from that. I want that heat. You know what I mean? I want that pressure. So it just was unfortunate that like, man, I can't give them everything I got because just my body ain't where it's supposed to be right now. On top of, I need big fella. You know what I mean? And so it was it did, kind of suck sometimes big fella wasn't available for us. But I can only speak on myself because I know big fella, the way he play, his body, his physicality.
Yeah, but come on, man.
It's going to take a toll on you.
Big
like, just
fella
keeping it 100, it's got to take a toll on you.
Big fella be on the floor more than Iverson, man.
Well, I said that before. I said that a while ago. He always flipping and bopping and falling and diving and whopping on the ground. What big guy fall on the ground as much as he do? Ain't too many big men. The big men you ain't never seen them fall on the ground like he do. That's why he gets hurt all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man, with that shit, man. Come on, bro. Yeah, you gonna be fucking hurt. You just be falling to the fucking floor for no fucking reason, bro.
Thank you.
Well, you don't understand, man. I represent the real Philadelphia fan, and we fucking frustrated, bro. We had like 6 fucking major picks, man. We supposed to be, and we sitting at home and shit watching Jason Tatum, who we fucking could have got, and we took him.
Why they couldn't get him?
Because we couldn't. They already had a deal in place that they was gonna lead Jason Tatum for the other team. So if we wanted to get Jason Tatum, we couldn't have got him. Okay. That's like a false story they like to keep putting out there, but we couldn't got Jason Tatum.
Right.
Markel fucking Fultz. We watch him win championships and shit.
Championship, not ships.
It's just, and it's not like we don't got the talent. We have the talent. It's like we can't even get everybody on the motherfucking court together, man. And it's like, man, I hate to be harsh, man.
No, that's not the reason.
But I gotta speak with.
The reason is front office problems. That's the reason. It's like the GM does what he wants to do.
The real how we feeling, man, bro.
Paul George, come on now. I'd rather not even got any free agent last season. And just went with the group of people that had.
Yep.
Right.
You played damn near just as many games as you didn't play, bro. And it's getting to the point now where it's like, man, fuck that shit, man. Rebuild all this shit, man. Because we don't even know if our motherfucking best player gonna be.
We said that. We also said that they should have traded Embiid and just I wouldn't say tank the season, but just build around Maxey.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what they should have did last season.
Available, man. Like
you said, they would have had Maxey. They would have had the young boy that got hurt. They would have had a nice little team. They'd have been super young, but they would have had a nice little team. And they're getting a draft pick this season.
It ain't no doubt to me that Joel Embiid is the best fucking player on the planet.
No.
I say that all the fucking time. The only difference is we don't know what the fuck we gonna get every night, man.
Then that don't make him the best player on the planet.
Oh, we might come out one night. I'm about to give you motherfuckers 50 and 20. Come on, then we.
LeBron 40 years old and he contributes. But he's saying that Embiid is the best player on the planet, but he don't know what. Come on now. Now, Gillie, you lost me on that one, sir.
Might come out the next night and he might just settle for 17-footers all day. The one thing about Giannis.
Well, shit, he do that all the time anyway.
So you gonna get maximum fucking effort every fucking night, man. So that just be my problem, bro. Philadelphia, we like to see effort. Allen Iverson didn't win shit. He will always be the GOAT around this motherfucker because he put in 100% effort.
He took his team to the championship. So I don't know if he want to add that in the MVP. I don't know if he want to add those.
He left everything on the floor. It's not because he won. It's not Brian Dawkins never won shit around here. He will always be a GOAT because when our eyes looked at Brian Dawkins, it said he gives up maximum fucking effort every single time.
Well, damn, he's like the best safety, one of the best safeties in the league. I mean, you kind of shorten him up. My favorite, that's like my all-time favorite Eagle, Brian Dawkins. Like, come on, Dale. He was like the best damn safety in the league.
Every snap. Jason Kelsey, same thing. It's motherfuckers around there that you be like, why are they GOATs? Because when we watch them, we watch him give up maximum effort and put their fucking life on the line. And we fucking respect that. We a hard-working fucking city that ain't got shit, bro. You gotta understand, when the Eagles lose, it feel like your fucking cousin died, bro. Not like first cousin, second, like a third cousin died, like a nigga that you just seen at the cookouts a couple times, but you know he your cousin and shit. So when he died, you might not be crying, but you like, damn, Johnny, fuck. Like, that's how the fucking feel when the fucking Eagles lose. Like, that's how serious this shit is. Because we a fucking poor city, bro. Niggas around this joint ain't got shit. Everybody fucking house touch, man. If a nigga in the crib arguing with his bitch, you hear everything. You can hear one of
my house don't touch.
Toilet next door. And that's how close our fucking houses is, how thin the walls is, bro. We fucked up out this joint. So, the sports for us is everything.
All right, that's your favorite Sixer podcast P with Paul George.
He had nothing to say because he knew he on some bullshit too.
Yeah, well, I was cool with it. Of course you was cool because you don't give a shit. That's why. You gonna make your money and that's it.
Well, the one doctor that watched sports, he's a big time basketball fan. He always saying we had to get Paul George because Paul George was the best available free agent. I don't give a shit.
Right. If he's the best available agent, why not just get nobody?
Exactly. Robert, what you got then if that's the case?
Right. Well, all right. You can listen to the Judgmentals on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube and Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube, by the way, at P&L Judgmentals. Instagram at the_Judgmentals. Or you can email us at pnljudgmentals@gmail.com. It's all right, Phil.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
Most of y'all is associates, so I be on my dolo. Hold up, walk that whoa, hold the phone. You think all I do is rap? I can do it on my own. That's why I produce the track. No wonder where my crew.